Hello friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. In today's video, I created the look that you see right here. I did a little get ready with me. I played with some new stuff, some old stuff. We just hung out, chit-chatted. I love how this look came out. I think it is so pretty, and I'm just excited to spend time with you. I love doing these videos. It's just fun, a casual way to kind of catch up and chit-chat, play with makeup. You can play with your makeup with me. You can throw me on in the background if you're cleaning or something. Either way, just thank you so much for clicking on my video, hanging out. Feel free to chat in the comments with me and let's just have fun. Before we get into it, my accessory details. These plugs are Love Kills Boutique. This necklace was a gift from my in-laws and I think that's it. So without further ado, let's just hop in and play with some makeup. Hi friends, good morning. We are gonna do a little get ready with me today. I did already start my brows. I still have to gel them, but I like to do that after I've done like my complexion stuff so I don't move them back around with my brushes. And I have primed as well. I primed with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. Mine is in the shade Fair 1, or shade 1 Fair, if you will. But yeah, I'm gonna play with some makeup. I have a couple new things, couple old things, and we're just gonna do our makeup today. The first new thing I have that I'm not convinced I'm gonna like or really get much use out of, but I wanna test it out anyways, is Sigma sent me their little color correcting duo. I guess this is one of their popular products and they sent it over. So I figured I would give it a shot. I'm gonna use the lighter shade. I cannot remember the last time I used a color corrector. It was probably back in like 2014 when everyone was smearing like green color corrector all over their face, whether you needed it or not. That was probably the last time I used one. I'm just kind of dipping in and grabbing just a little bit and kind of stippling it around. And so far I don't really notice any kind of difference, but again, I don't know how much like I really felt like I would need one. Not that anyone needs one. No one needs to correct anything, you know what I mean? It's definitely a personal preference thing, and I feel like I'm not really gonna get much use out of that. Like maybe my under eyes look a little bit brighter, but they also would have looked probably the same with just my concealer. Maybe I'm using this wrong. I don't know. I can't think of any other way I would use that, so I guess there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and conceal now with my Milk Makeup Future Fluid Concealer. Mine's in the shade 3N. I'm skipping foundation today, as I have been for quite a while. I haven't worn foundation in at least a month, if not maybe longer. I'm just gonna spot conceal a couple little spots on my face, and then I'm just gonna blend this guy out as well. This is a Sigma F47. I really like this brush, especially for blending out concealer on my face. How have you been? I've been great. Been home from our vacation for like just over a week now. We have landed last Saturday night and it's Tuesday morning today of the following week. So just over a week. It was such a fun trip. All those vacation vlogs are already up on my channel and it was just so fun. We ended up going to the LA Anaheim area for Zane's birthday. We also have a couple friends that live out there, so we wanted to see them. They're big Disney people too, so that's what we ended up deciding to do. We went to Disneyland one day. We went to California Adventure Park another day. We did the Oogie Boogie Halloween bash thing another day, and then we went to Knott's Scary Farm on the final day, and it was just so much fun. By the way, if I forget to mention something while I'm chatting, it'll all be in the description box as always. Disneyland in California is like so similar but so different to the Disney World here in Florida, which I've been to enough times to compare them, you know what I mean? I don't go all the time. I haven't had passes in a long time because they're outrageously expensive. I miss my Disney passes though. I want to go to ours again so bad. But for one, theirs is just so much more quaint and small. Like they still pack a ton of rides in their Magic Kingdom, but it's just so much more condensed. So much like easier to walk through than ours, I'd say. Disneyland was the first one and you can definitely feel that. It has very much that vintage first feel, you know? Their castle is so tiny compared to ours too. Our castle is humongous. Theirs is so teeny tiny, it's adorable. We had some similar rides, some different rides, but it was all pretty much the same vibe, you know? Oh my gosh, and their It's a Small World is like in a totally different building. It has like this grand exterior, whereas ours is just kind of like plugged in next to a bunch of other things. It was interesting to see some of those differences. It's hard for me to even say like which one I preferred because I do have the bias of one of them being much, much closer to me. And I liked them both, you know? The biggest difference is their haunted mansion from like Halloween time through Christmas time gets totally decked out and changed to Nightmare Before Christmas theme. I've known that for a few years and I've always wanted to see it, and it was everything that I imagined. It was even cooler than I imagined. They completely transformed that entire ride. Everything is just so cute and so well done. It's absolutely precious. I wish they would leave it like that always. And I also wish that ours would at least do the switch too, but that is just a California thing and I will absolutely be missing that again. I've been back on this bronzer again, the Sigma Light Bronzer. I think this is my favorite bronzer of all time. I quite enjoy it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. California's Disney also goes so much more hard for Halloween than ours does. Like ours does a good job with the decorations and the things to do. The Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party's fun, but their Oogie Boogie Bash is just absolutely phenomenal. They do theirs at California Adventure Park too instead of Magic Kingdom, which I was really happy about because then I got to do that park twice since we don't have anything like that here. And it was just so fun seeing all the villains, and they give out so much candy. Like I thought ours gave out a lot of candy. Oh my gosh, theirs gives out so much candy. Made our suitcases so much more heavy. Their Tower of Terror that we have at Hollywood Studios in their California Adventure Park, it changed, I don't know how long ago, a year or two ago. It's fairly recent, but they changed it to Guardians of the Galaxy theme. And during Halloween time, once it hits like 3 p.m., it changes to their Halloween theme, which is Monsters After Dark. And it's like all the different monsters from Guardians of the Galaxy like break out and you're trying to rescue Groot. And there's like super loud, pumped up music. It is so much fun. I love that ride. I really don't like drop rides at all. If I'm like dangling and like suspended and just can see everything. But in that ride, you're like in a like a cart in a building. You're not like dangling. So I really like that ride. It's so fun. And I think I'll miss that theming as well. As much as I like the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror theming, that Guardians Monsters After Dark was so fun. And it was so cool seeing like the Avengers campus because our Disney has like nothing really for superheroes yet. I think there might be a Guardians of the Galaxy thing at our Epcot if I'm not mistaken, but I haven't seen it yet. But they have just so much Avengers stuff, like all the characters walking around. It was just so cool to see. I'm gonna miss that so much. Sigma sent me this blush, Nearly Wild. They sent me a few blushes and I've been playing with them, but I haven't used this one yet, so I wanna use it today. This is a Sigma F40 brush. I love an angled brush for blush. Just gonna slather that around on my nose and my cheeks and all that fun stuff. But it was such a fun trip. I'm already missing it. I'm missing Harmony and Sergio that we met up with so bad. I wish I could see them all the time. But alas, they're on the other side of the country. And that's the last trip we have planned this year, unless like something spontaneous comes up, which I don't see happening. That's our last thing for the year. And it was a really fun trip and sad that it's over, but I am happy to be back home with my kitties, getting back into a routine. We're in the best time of year. We're in spooky season and it's been wonderful and fun. The weather's actually dropping here this week, which is amazing. Like right now, well, I say dropping. I know compared to some places, it's not really that cold, but it was like 60 when I woke up this morning and it's not gonna get any higher than like 72. But then tomorrow, I think the low is like high 40s or low 50s first thing in the morning, which is so nice. And it's gonna stay in like the 50s all day. And I'm so excited and I'm off tomorrow. So I am just going to soak up every minute of it. It's gonna be amazing. Really like that blush color. I think that is quite nice. Normally I'm off today. I'm off most Tuesdays, but one of my longtime favorite guests in my salon that I see, she really needed to get in like earlier than her appointment, which was normally going to be this Friday. She had a family emergency and I adore her and I didn't mind, and I'm going to see her this afternoon. I do have some errands to run this morning, but I'm going to see her right after. I got some editing done this morning as well. So today's kind of just turned into a work day, but I'm hoping I can just cram out as much work as possible today, and then tomorrow I can just soak in the do nothing day and enjoy the cold weather. As soon as there's like a chill in the wind, I'm a whole new person. Just gonna add a couple fake freckles now. I'm using a mixture of my soft brown freckle pen from Colourpop, mostly just to get use out of it, because this is not my favorite freckle product. It dries out really fast on me. but I like to just include it just so I can get some use out of it. And then I will go in with my Old Faithful Freck XL, which this one's almost gone, but I have another one because they so graciously sent me another one. So I have another one ready to go for when this one runs out. But I scrape as much out of this as possible. I'm just gonna add a few more defined ones around my nose and tops of my cheeks. Nothing new or crazy here. Same old, same old. We watched the new Hellraiser 2 nights ago. I thought it was really good. I liked it a lot. I feel like even if you're someone who's never seen like the old Hellraisers, which there's so many of, I've only seen the first original one, but I feel like even if you're someone who hasn't like seen any of the originals, I feel like you would still really like this one because it does a really good job like explaining what's going on and stuff. It doesn't feel like you have to like know a bunch of things to enjoy it, which is nice. I think we're gonna see Don't Worry Darling tonight, which I know is like supposedly really bad. But I wanted to see it ever since the first trailers dropped because it looks really good, and I really like the actress that plays the main girl. I don't know her name because I'm really bad with actor and actress names, but I really like her and I want to see this movie. So for a highlight, I'm going to dip into my Unearthly Cosmetics The Weirdos palette, and I want to use Feather. This is a really, really cool highlight shade. I wore this already when I did an Instagram video / TikTok with this palette. It's just such a cool shade. It has just such a cool pinky red flash. I don't even know if camera's gonna do it justice, but it's so bright and so shifty and magical, and I just love it. I love it, I love it a lot. Look how cool. Okay, I'm gonna spray my face now and then gel my brows. I'm going to gel with my Thick It Stick It from NYX and also spray with my Milk Makeup Setting Spray, and then we'll move on to the eyes. All right, let's move on to the eyes. I am gonna mostly use the Weirdos palette, but I do wanna use one of the new loose shadows that they sent over. This one's called Fright. Kind of wanna do like a pink, purple, blue look today. That's just kind of what I'm feeling. So I'm gonna prime first. I'm gonna use my Tone Activator Eye Primer from Kaleidos. Just gonna do a little bloop of it there. I'm just gonna blend this out, and then we will start playing with some shadow. How has your month been? Like, what have you been up to? Obviously, I just spilled my guts on all the spooky things we've been up to, but what about you guys? Have you carved a pumpkin yet? I have not, and I need to. Maybe I'll paint a pumpkin this year, but I don't own any paint. I'm not very crafty. Like, outside of hair and makeup, I'm really not that artsy of a person. I guess maybe home decor also, that could be considered like artsy. I feel like I'm fairly decent at that, but that hasn't really been the forefront now that we're settled in our house now. But if I wanted to paint a pumpkin, I'd have to buy paints, and I don't own any paint. Are you gonna go to like any Halloween parties or anything this year? I would love to hear about it. So I wanna start with He's Sorry, that super cute pink. I'm gonna use this Game Beauty E01 brush, just a little fluffy brush, and I'm just going to start running that in the inner and outer corner of the eye. I do think I am gonna do a halo eye today, by the way. So just gonna start laying down this foundation before I deepen it up with the purple and possibly also the black. I feel like I've been seeing these kind of cool tone pinks a lot in palettes lately. I feel like that's very, I guess, trendy right now. I've also seen a lot of like cool tone pink blushes lately. I feel like the shade has been making a huge comeback. Gonna just smoke out the lower lash line. I don't think I wanna halo it today. Not in the mood. I need to play The Sims again. I haven't played since like before our trip. I've just been like, obviously I was gone, and then I've been so busy just like catching back up with work and chores and editing and uploading and all the things. But maybe tomorrow I'll be able to play if I get all my work done today. There's supposed to be some big like Sims Summit like live stream today or something. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I'll just get the highlights from like a Sims YouTuber or something later, because I don't know what's gonna go on. I know that the base game is free starting like right this second that I'm filming. So if you want to play The Sims, the base game is free now, so go download it. This pink is like equally muted and bright at the same time. It's quite a lot. I do like it though. All right, I'm gonna take 3x3, that purple. I'm gonna use a Blend Bunny B1 brush, just a smaller blending brush, and I'm just gonna start packing this in the inner and outer part of the eye. I do want the purple to be more prominent than the pink. I want the pink to more so be my blending shade. think the blue will pop really nice next to this dark purple. It's okay if it's a little sloppy at first. I'm gonna clean it up as I blend. I just wanna kind of get this shade laid down first. I feel like my camera's making it look like I have this patch here, but it's not visible in real life, so I don't know what's happening. It'll all come together. Also gonna take and just smudge this on the lower lash as well. I really like these like Halloween horror-esque palettes that they came out with. I only got this one, but the other three are super, super cute as well. Did you pick any of these up? Which one did you end up grabbing? I was super tempted by the So Strange just because of the theming. I love Beetlejuice, obviously, but the color story itself, this one spoke to me more. Oh, I just got a notification from Starbucks. I'm not even like that much of a Starbucks girly, but today feels like a Starbucks day because I have to like go run errands and then go to work. Maybe I'll treat myself to a Starbucks. I'm just taking a little bit more of the pink, by the way, and like blending it out. I don't know why that looks so patchy in the viewfinder. I kid you not, I cannot see it in real life. Like, where is it? Where is the patch? I feel like all I'm doing is making it worse because I can't see it. I'm just not gonna trust the viewfinder. I'm just gonna trust the process instead. Yeah, just kind of swirling a little bit more pink along those edges. Just kind of getting everything nice and smudgy because I do think I am gonna add some black into this just to make it a little more dark and dramatic, as much as I am liking this vibe. All right, I'm gonna take the black I bind you now. I'm gonna take this little pencil brush from Unearthly. This is an 8-6. And I just wanna take and just like really press this in the inner and outer corner of the eye. Well, now the patch is gone in the viewfinder. I don't know what was happening with that. That was so weird. Like sometimes things look a little different on camera versus real life, but that was like a different reality. Like I swear I just looked into the multiverse of my makeup life. I'm gonna smudge that along the lower lash as well. Just keeping it nice and tight. This is looking a little terrifying, isn't it? Trust the process, that's all I gotta say. Making sure this like outer area connects. The patch in the viewfinder's back! I kid you not, I cannot see it in real life. What in the world? What in the multiverse is happening? All right, taking a little bit more purple. I'm gonna start with that lower lash line and just get to smudging. Just keeping it very, very tight. I'm not dragging this down at all. I'm also even gonna just like wipe that brush off periodically so that it can stay as clean as possible during all this, just to get kind of a more smudgy line going on. And I'm just gonna run some of that purple along this edge as well. Again, keeping it really tight. I don't want this to blow out all over the place. And again, just wiping my brush off every so often. All right, gonna take some more pink now and just go to town on these edges as well. I'm super excited to throw that blue shimmer on. I feel like this look looks a little chaotic and scary, but it's gonna come together. I have faith. Just gonna take this along this edge up here as well. I truly don't know why there's a patch on camera, but not in person. That is the weirdest trick of a camera I've ever seen happen. I'm gonna take my Unearthly Cosmetics Glimmer Grasp now to play with some shimmer. Been using this a lot lately and I really like it. It's super, super similar to the NYX Glitter Primer. So I'm gonna start with this almost like putty shimmer, the Weirdos. I use this all over my lid in my Instagram video, but I wanna use this just to kind of help blend the blue into everything else. Using the same brush, this is a Game Beauty E02. I'm just gonna stamp some of this on the lid in the inner and outer corner. Well, here we go. The patch on the viewfinder's gone. Problem solved, apparently. But just so I have a little bit of something sheeny for the blue shimmer to blend into. All right, taking that loose shadow again in the shade Fright. I'm just gonna use the same sticky brush again, dip my brush right in, like that. Oh goodness. I'm just gonna tippy tap that on the center. Ooh, are you kidding me? That's so cute. Who gave you the audacity to be that cute? Oh, that is nice. I feel like it just melts into the edges of everything else. I really, really like that. I'm really glad I laid that sheeny shimmer down first too, because I feel like that really did help kind of create like a base for this to flow into. I quite enjoy that. I think that's nice. I really like this combination of colors too. I think that's a lot of fun. All right, well that's gorgeous. That's so, so cute. I'm tempted to put that in my inner corner, but I think I want to use Feather again, the one that I used as my face highlight. So that is what I'm gonna do. I think that'll tie in my cheeks really nicely. Oh yeah, no regrets there. Also just gonna take a little bit more feather and just kind of tippy tap on the brow bone as well. Well, if this wasn't the most trust the process look ever, I feel like it was looking so scary, but now it is so cool. I love this. I'm gonna throw on my lashes and eye pencil and something on my lips, and I'll be back when I'm complete. All right, this is the completed look. I love how this look came out. I think it is so pretty. I cannot get over how bright and just like punchy that blue loose shadow is. So cool. Yeah, eye pencils I ended up using, I had to layer two to kind of mimic the vibe that was on my lids, but I layered Crystal Crush and Aglow from Colourpop just to kind of mimic it as much as possible. My lashes are Birds of a Feather from Salem Cosmetics, and on my lips I went with the Doll Face lip kit from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. I love this look. I hope you like it too. Let's zoom out and finish up this video. Thank you so much for watching my video. I had a lot of fun creating this look and just chatting with you and catching up. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Do you have the Weirdos palette? Which of these palettes did you pick up if you picked up any of them? If you made it to the end of this video, you know, why don't you just leave some Halloween emojis because it's still spooky season. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. And if you're not already, you can follow me on my other socials. You can join the battybean fam. I am battybean on everything, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you want, you can subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. I'm posting every single day in October. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.